Why do so many smart, successful people fall for narcissists? Imagine toiling for years in grad school, pulling all-nighters studying to become a top physicist at a prestigious national laboratory, or finally making law review at a highly competitive firm after sacrificing your personal life throughout law school. Whether it's academia, law, business or medicine, you've put blood, sweat and tears into building expertise and a shiny career. If you're driven towards big goals at work, yet feel mysteriously trapped in relationships sabotaging that success, this channel is for you. Maybe you built expertise as a leader, academic or business professional, yet can't trust your own reality lately. And charismatic partner, once so supportive, now undercuts your confidence daily. Join me by subscribing and liking this video. That way, YouTube will notify you of future posts, unmasking manipulation targeting high performers' insecurities. I help ambitious targets escape narcissistic trickery to reclaim their gifts, benefiting healthy communities instead. You need not sacrifice flowering talents or life purpose just because cunning pretenders hijack dreams. Together, we'll reverse engineer traps, ensnaring even the most intelligent into psychological captivity. The ambitious dreaming of impact deserve partners nurturing those goals through mutual support, not exploiting brilliance for selfish gain. This channel helps talented people break free to thrive again. So when a charming, attractive new person enters the scene raving about your latest peer-reviewed paper or high-profile case, it feels euphoric. Could this amazing man or woman finally be the partner who respects the demands of my brilliant career, who sees me as more than just another cog churning in the rat race of competitive success? The emotional roller coaster leaves you dizzy with dreams of finally being cherished, not just for what you achieve, but who you are, which makes it bewildering when months later, Mr. or Mrs. Dreamy mocks your life's work as boring or useless before their own entrepreneur friends. The person who once worshipped your scholarship now threatens to leave unless you change research topics more benefiting humankind. The ex who boasted about your lawyerly grit now bemoans how you'll regret sacrificing kids for some grim corporate law firm. Caught off guard, your high-powered analytical skills short-circuit. How could someone who once treasured your ambitious dedication now undermine it? The cognitive dissonance strains thinking clearly. You ignore those first deceitful maneuvers, eroding emotional foundations once built on praise and partnership. Until one day, the basement caves in, burying all former versions of the relationship, now exposing its rotten core of exploitation. The truth is that highly intelligent people often struggle recognizing narcissists, weaponizing their own pride and hunger against them. By idealizing their target's aspirational identity, emotional con artists sneak through backdoors to control central to their target's self-worth. Before pulling the mask off, our visionaries' gifts get twisted serving narcissistic masters. Survival means escaping before total life force drain. Seduced by initial praise and validation, high-achieving targets rationalize away early red flags in the honeymoon phase, deepening bonds before the narcissist's mask slips. But the other shoe drops as seeming supporters reveal their sabotage. Once ensnared within intimate access and trauma bonds, confusion and denial paralyze, responding decisively to mounting evidence. The charming partner operates by an entirely different relational agenda, devoid of empathy. Systematically and ruthlessly, narcissists employ signature techniques, deliberately targeting victims' personal weaknesses, cultivated through a lifetime of diligence and perfectionism. By weaponizing these qualities against them, the narcissist enforces mechanisms granting them unilateral control to drain emotional and instrumental supply without accountability. Only upon finally acknowledging the deceit does the target gather the will to break free, though often danger escalates during this defiant withdrawal. With careful planning and community support, targets may establish boundaries and cease financing narcissistic abuse, reclaiming life purpose by investing solely in healthy systems, practicing mutual care. But we cannot underestimate challenges: escaping psychological captivity, ambition and idealization, the narcissist's alluring bait. When first enchanting new relationship prospects, narcissists utilize an arsenal of tactics, mimicking admirable qualities: intellect, charm, drive, designed specifically attracting targets possessing strengths useful to exploit. Of particular interest are those demonstrating diligence and dedication to lofty goals, highly capable professionals invested in careers at prominent institutions, and companies prime for infiltrating by social climbers. These hard-working, accomplished individuals often initially fall spellbound under the impression their ambitious new romantic interest shares similar dedication, utilizing their full potential. The narcissist works tirelessly portraying competence and matchless vision, allowing targets believing consummate respect for their own industry exists. Intoxicated by seemingly finding an equally devoted partner, bonds rapidly advance. Control and contempt, the narcissist's private agenda. Within time, though, the narcissist's presentation radically transforms behind closed doors. Public praise warps into private contempt. Respect fades into demands for total obedience towards the abuser's insatiable needs. Support dissolves, replaced by sabotaging obstruction if targets demonstrate autonomy, hindering the narcissist's aims. The arduous worker's once acclaimed competence wilts beneath demeaning criticism, especially regarding any superior capabilities threatening the fragile narcissist. Goals patients toiled towards get derailed by manufactured chaos without explanation. Confusion clouds once vibrant dreams, while nightmare reality unveils itself through their supposed loved one, morphing into cunning emotional tormentor. The spell breaks too late. The narcissist has successfully sealed intimate access, allowing exploitation without accountability. Why diligent people draw narcissists? When considering relationship suitability, narcissists systematically assess prospects against their usefulness, advancing personal agendas. Particular qualities tend making diligent, responsible individuals, unfortunately, more vulnerable, undergoing narcissistic predation. Talents, drive, get exploited. The narcissist's ultimate purpose is benefiting their exclusively selfish interests. Devoid of conscience, preventing manipulation, they freely target and exploit anyone useful, achieving their aims without reciprocity. The dedicated make prime ensnarement candidates based on admirable traits. Their evident talents and consistent diligence signal opportunities, furthering the narcissist's goals through harnessing targets' output. Narcissists also correctly assume the responsible, rarely abandon duties or slack standards, even suffering toxic conditions. By overburdening them deliberately without compensation, narcissists freely exploit without consequence. Strong sense of duty allows exploitation. The tremendously dutiful's inability, refusing greater responsibility, also provides openings for insidious abuse. Their extraordinary work ethic interprets unreasonable demands as simply requiring adaptive effort, though terms continually worsen. Ever aiming pleasing authority figures, conscientious helpers rarely confront mistreatment if framed as serving superiors' needs. Their sense of duty includes rescue fantasies, nourishing fragile egos. This invites narcissists intentionally foisting more work upon them rather than directly tackle their own tasks. Chronic overgiving enables escalation. Closely related is diligent people's tendency towards overly generous giving, even experiencing cruelty in return. Conditioned since childhood that compassion cures misunderstandings, they rationalize mean behaviors from intimates as simple miscommunication. Despite only reaping increased exploitation, resentment and rage from narcissists in response to lavish nurturing. They continue believing their self-sacrifice eventually transforms harmful partners. This vain hope locks abuse cycles, escalating through maximal tolerance, only weaponized against them. Strong reliability, blinded to lack of reciprocity. Further enabling entrapment is their pride proving self-sufficient, rarely burdening others. Tireless dedication leaves little room recognizing they alone sustain lopsided relations. Bereft of reciprocation, they assumed implicitly. The narcissist views them as high-functioning appliances, offering benefits, absent needing messy emotional maintenance themselves. But denied vulnerable humanity eventually drains the soul. Steadfastness cementing bonds soon cages their drained devotion. Perfectionism seeks external validation. Prone also towards harsh self-judgment, they ache for others' approval, substitute their own lack of internal validation. This perfectionism fixation desperately seeks praise withholding risks rejection. Narcissists expertly exploit these vulnerabilities via tactics like intermittently reinforcing minor accomplishments while chronically dismissing major ones. This leaves targets perpetually trying regaining elusive approval against unreasonable benchmarks. Difficulty establishing boundaries. Diligent people's overdeveloped sense of duty includes difficulty refusing unwelcome impositions from others. Saying no risks seeming selfish, lazy, or domineering, even defending against mistreatment. They ignore needs, lacking permission externally. Narcissists relish this advantage, allowing them slowly increasing demands justified under guises like necessity or only option, which accumulate without negotiation. Once past capacity, even empathetic appeals get rejected by narcissists, now declaring them insufficiently loyal for daring protest. They established control for exploitation. Desire for security allows deception. Some diligent people's around-the-clock labor stems from economic necessity or compensation for anxieties. Financial dangers or instability leaves them ripe for deceitful rescue offers from those selling security. Narcissistic abusers expertly assess prospects, struggling professionally or having survival fears. They entice targets' fantasies relief through attachment, promising shelter from adversity appreciatively clung to. But once belonging assumed, conditions radically shift into exploitation, now hostage through dependence. Patterns of overwork deplete self-care. Workaholism seeking purpose, control anxiety, or climb ladders of success, risks health in absence of moderation. Physical energy and emotional reserves drain without proper recovery. Burnout leaves little fortifying endurance against daily abrasions, accumulating into devastating collapse. Narcissists evaluate targets against exhaustion levels, determining how severely they may exploit without permanent damage. They willfully push past brink of breakdown, then tactfully offer respite permitting survival, only to resume intensified depletion again. Each cycle erases more empowered defenses until escape unimaginable. The biggest risk you face, ultimately, the greatest hazard vulnerable high achievers face against predators, is denial anything nefarious could be deliberately occurring without cause. Seasoned through professions drilling accountability, they initially interpret relational dynamics through lenses of rational motivations. Wildest imagination fails anticipating sheer exploitative agendas, devoid underlying emotional logic. Gradually abandoned hopes eventually confirm the dark reality through persistent innocence. But piercing that veil risks total annihilation of meaning, and so betrayed partners improvise escapes. Before morning dreams ghosts, their sunk devotion still chases into cold darkness. Escaping exploitation. Reclaiming journey first requires acknowledging exploitation not anomalously occurring, but arising from predictable systemic vulnerability, fertile soil, allowing narcissists securing hosts. Recognizing conscious tactics, employed shifts onus appropriately upon calculated aggressors. The path ahead invites consciously assessing relationship environments. Search not for demons incarnate in potential mates, but modest integrity, simply practicing equality, demonstrated through mutual care. There await wells, where both may drink continuously, while lending hands so neither falls from shared sustenance, bonding souls beyond roles. Fulfilled purpose and faith hold for those persisting.